Alright, so quick heads up before we get into this. I have seen the first two episodes of this show back when it was airing. So I don't really remember the broad details, but I know the general gist of how these first two episodes are gonna go, and I get the basic premise of the show. You know, the main character and the little girl. I stopped this one because it seemed like a show that the internal logic of the world was gonna boil down to, oh, everybody's just crazy, and I was not interested. And ultimately, if the whole show ends up being like that, I will say that I ultimately was correct in that thought process, but I know people generally like this show, so maybe I'm judging it a little early. We'll see. I will say that by the time you see the reaction to this first episode, I'll only be a couple episodes ahead. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this up daily or not, but it'll only take me a few weeks to finish at most. So, wary of spoilers and all that. Full reactions are available on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of Happy Sugar Life, Episode 1, First Life, the Sugar Girl Eats Love. And press play on it when I press play, when the timer reaches 0. Mind you, my stated issue with the show, that might possibly have sounded a little weird to you, again, it has been quite some time for me. Now, my question, and I do not know if we know this by the end of the first two episodes, is this before or after the story? The scene we're seeing right now. Oh, also, this premise was, a little fucked up. No, not a little fucked up. It's like, in fact, I'd go as far as to say a lot fucked up. This is a really good intro, though. God damn, this is a really good intro. This is another show I'm watching because it was recommended for the Patreon October stuff. And it's the kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, I can go back to that one. Mind you, I am not expecting by the end of this show for the premise to not turn on a dime a little bit. So well fucked up, so long as the through line makes sense. I think we're okay. Yeah, she's a sugar mama. Cruelty! Alright. You are, uh, wow. It's a little fucked up. Oh yeah, she works at like a maid cafe, okay. I wonder if anyone's ever gone into a maid cafe type deal and just been incredibly disturbed by the service. Like, I'm just here to eat my omelet. Like, leave me alone. I don't know what's going on here. Toil and trouble, cauldron burn. Good God, how young is this kid? For the record, though, even young kids can understand, well, air is lighter than water. You don't say less dense, it's... with the air inside. Oh, I've just had a second question for myself in the realm of... I don't remember exactly what happens, by the way, but I know that something pretty awful at work is gonna happen. As I recall correctly, one of the people that works there. Anyway, though, I just asked myself a pretty horrifying question. If it does go that route of everyone's nuts, and just this world is wrong. I think she said her name was Shiho. Uh, is she nuts too? Like, more than what's going on here, because you could explain this away by child and emotionally manipulative abuse, all that. I'm talking about beyond that. Enough of that Aladdin shit. Gotta, gotta steal to eat, gotta eat to live, or however the song goes. Being so presumably disingenuous with like the nice little flutters around this whole disaster. The editing. Always nice to have a very specific set of skills. That'd do it. God, she must be a young kid, too. I can't remember if you're the bastard. Kind of vaguely remind me of Sunohara's look from Clan Ed. Though, I don't know, there's someone else I'm thinking of. I don't think it's him. It's blonde, yes, but there's somebody else who's closer. Anime characters all have such similar character models. I'll take you at your word that there's a significant difference in looks. That didn't take long. Really? Was it her? Yeah. Yeah, okay. But sorry if a big part of this is just me trying to remember what happens. Now, there's probably at least some degree of unreliable narrator for this part, too. I highly doubt she's honestly being judged to that degree by her coworkers. Like, maybe one of them, but not everybody. Though maybe I've been mistaken. Again, could be mostly unreliable narrator stuff, but I think this is what started to turn me off of the show, is, oh, everyone's just horrible and crazy. Yeah, I really do hope the kid's not just dead and hasn't been sitting there for the past week. Well, stop sticking things up your ass then! Go? that's what this is? The show's an even more fucked up version of Yandere Simulator. This is what makes reacting to this kind of thing so complicated is it really is a battle of taking events at face value versus trying to figure out what's really going on, and like it's just there's just no winning here. Heck, it could everything in this maybe there is no unreliable narrator in this show, but it sure seems like it's gonna be based on her self versus the intro. That's what they were talking about. Is she, if there's a body, has she still not hidden it? More. I guess part of me focusing so much on the unreliable narrator aspect is it would make scenes like this so much better, because this feels super duper forced. Trying to shortchange me! To that swirl in the eyes. He's alive? Okay, okay. She's gonna close the door, though, isn't she? Bitter. Ah, the reality is that she's a robot. Bitter. Having seen it again now, that scene that we just saw her confronting the manager. Yeah, I remember thinking it felt super forced then, too. Which, potentially not bad writing, pending more information. The fucked up thing is, regardless of where the story ends up going. Okay. Regardless of where it ends up going. This. Those are parents. Or siblings or whoever. It's still a very, very fucked up premise. And I'm not talking about the main character being someone who, I guess, kills people. I didn't recall that part. But rather the underage romance. It's the irregular part here. Very hard to get rid of a body. Dude, in terms of visual design. Hey. Okay. Damn it. That's annoying. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Starting the timer at 22:35 in 3, 2, 1, go. As I was saying, visually this show seems like it's gonna be gorgeous. Just based on the intro and what looks like a pretty decent outro, as well as how they play with the horrific imagery versus her internal, much more cheerful fantasy of how things are going. Now, I will reiterate that to a degree, because of the nature of this show, this could prove challenging to react to. Yeah, that's a clever shot right there. What is that? The two rings? What's in the vase though? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on there. Huh. Next time.